Practice makes progress. But even more important than that is making sure that we're practicing the right things. Today we're going to talk about the skills that will help our mountain bike control and the drills that we can do to practice them. We'll also talk about 3 different tools that you can use to focus in your practice even more. My name is Aaron. Welcome to Super Rider. On this channel, we break down complex bike skills into easy to learn techniques so you can quickly apply them to your own riding. The things that we can do to become more confident and have more control over our bike are built off this basic idea of having maximum control of our wheels. Whether you're using your wheel to lift it up and over an obstacle you're climbing, or whether you're moving your wheel around a switchback and pivoting around, it's all built off the same basic principle. During this video, we're going to talk about some drills that we've worked on in previous videos. So if there's a specific technique that you really want to dig into, look down in the description below. There'll be links to everything. Let's also quickly talk about our bike setup. Best case scenario, you've slammed your seat, you've switched to flat pedals, you've locked out your suspension, and you've put your hands as wide as they can possibly go on the handlebars. But why? Anytime we're working on new skills or practice, we want to eliminate as many possible variables as we can. Once we get the fundamentals locked in and you get comfortable with that technique, then it's time to start adding those things back in. Now that you've got your bike dialed, here are 3 tools that you can use to enhance your practice. Number 1 is a stick. So we're going to use this for a lot of the up and over, for our pedal timing, and for riding around. Number 2 is tape. You can use this to mark spots on the ground, or if you're outside, chalk works pretty well too. Number 3 is a pallet. If you've got a little bit of space and you want to continue to challenge yourself, get a pallet. It's extremely versatile. But if you can't get your hands on a pallet, a curb will do just fine. One last refresher before we dive into the drills, let's quickly talk about unweighting. Unweighting is the principle of moving our body weight away from the part of the bike that we want to lift up. All the drills we're going to work on today have some element of unweighting in them. So if you're struggling with anything, go back to your unweighting practice. Our first drill is called rocker, and it's a perfect warm-up to start getting both wheels off the ground. We're gonna pick a spot on the ground and roll slowly up to it and unweight our front wheel, then our back wheel over the spot. We can drop that stick in there as well to help focus on our exact timing. One of my friends likes to do this drill with a rubber chicken on the ground, and it's absolutely hilarious when people accidentally hit it with their tire. The second drill to improve your bike control is called wheelbase. We pick a spot on the ground again, but this time we add in a pedal. When your front wheel crosses the line, start pedaling to lift it up, and then try to coast on your back wheel across the line. This comes in super handy with drops and helps you build more confidence on the back wheel. Bonus points if you can coast an additional wheelbase past that line. If you're getting extra confident with this, throw down a pallet and see if you can do it off the edge of the pallet. Our third drill to build bike control is called pendulum. We can bring back that stick, and we're going to move our wheel over and back. Start with the front wheel and then move to the back wheel. This one is tricky, especially when it comes to moving that front wheel. Definitely check out the dedicated videos down below if you need help. Drill number 4 is called clocks. It's a more advanced version of the pendulum drill where we lock up our brake and go in a full 360 around with incremental pivots. Same thing, lock up your back wheel and start with the front wheel before moving on. Keep in mind that our body position on the bike makes it easier to unweight the wheel that we want to move around. And don't forget to learn all of these skills in both directions. We don't need any Zoolanders out on the trail.
I'm not an ambi-turner. I can't turn left.
Our last and most advanced drill for bike control is called the X. We're going to use some tape to make an X on the ground and hop down one length, then turn and hop over and back. You can get super creative here. Use all 4 corners of the X to try all sorts of different hops around. This particular skill comes in handy a lot more often than you'd expect. If you spend the time mastering the 5 drills in this video, I guarantee that your bike control and your riding will take a giant leap forward. Practice all 5 of these drills before you share them with your friends. That way you can absolutely crush them on your next ride. Or, you can share this video with them now. In any case, don't forget that practice makes progress. Have fun out there, and if you've already mastered everything in this video, then move on to this one.